look from the book, presented by TopSport.
Time now to catch up with Tristan Merlehan from TopSport. Tristan, how's the week been?
Yeah, very good, boys. It's been a bit happening. You got Darwin Cup on Monday, which always adds a different element. So, yeah, it's been a bit happening so far this week.
And why weren't you there? It's a junket for everybody in racing. Why weren't you there?
It is. It's always something I wanted to get to because it certainly looks like they enjoy themselves out there on course. So I'm sure you've had a couple of enjoyable days out there, Turfy.
At 20.
Tristan, have you caught up? I'm going to start on a serious note just before we get into your some of the market moves. Have you met with Racing Queensland this week to seek some or give some feedback regarding the POC tax increases? My understanding some of the other WSPs have and have been less than impressed with some of the answers that they've been given.
Yeah, right. I haven't actually spoken to them this week. I had conveyed my thoughts and my frustrations a couple of weeks ago, so I think everyone knows loud and clear where I sit on the situation. But I was somewhat positive of that response. Now, whether that's changed at all, I don't know. But I haven't had any feedback this week.
When you say it's positive, are you going to get some changes to help your business? I don't want to go into the details of POC taxes, but what are you expecting to change?
I just explained to them that it's important that then with the extra money coming in from POC tax, there needs to be some, some assistance in the race fields, and they took that feedback on board and they understood, because unfortunately, if there's not, then ultimately there needs to be some changes in our pricing model on their products. So that was heard, and hopefully it's like a protest. I feel the longer it takes to hear back, sometimes it might be a better outcome, but we'll see.
A question without notice, which is always dangerous on this podcast, but futures markets for the Cups, the Melbourne and Caulfield Cup, and also the Cox Plate. We had the nominations come out on Tuesday. Was there much interest on the back of those nominations?
Yeah, there has been actually. So not necessarily just on the back of the nominations, but we have taken some. I'm just bringing it up now. We have taken some decent bets at rough odds on a lot of the runners over the last while. So in the Melbourne Cup, Douay has been very well backed, $26 into about 13, and Mr. Brightside in the Caulfield Cup, it's been smashed as well, $34 in. But the one they came for just in the last few days has been Real World in the Cox Plate. So we laid that at 26. It's halved in quote as well. So plenty of movement in a lot of those markets. But yeah, I'd expect now we've got the noms out, there's going to be some more fiery action over the next couple of weeks.
Turf, there was a horse in the future fields. I'm not going to name the bookie involved. The horse has now deceased, and until recently it was still in the market for futures bets for the spring car. I can't get my head around why you put your money this far out on some of these horses.
No, it's never been something I've been keen to do. What was big when I was younger was Cups doubles. Cups doubles were huge. I mean, they were all done on course. As we just paint the picture, these were doubles that were done on course out the back. No, that's what you saw. But when the noms would come out in August, all the big bookies, John H. Griffiths in particular, would send. He had a mailing list of must have been 50,000, and they would mail out the double sheets. Caulfield Melbourne Cup double sheets, and they were a huge sort of betting.
Did you take the Far Lap Cup double in your youth, Turf?
Well, I'm just trying to guess what the reference there is. Oh, I see, 1930. Yeah, sorry.
Look at these two fools. All right, let's move along from that, Tristan. Let's look ahead. Let's look ahead to the weekend. Let's try and find the punters a winner from the trading room floor. Has there been a horse or two across the country that have been well backed in early betting?
Yeah, the betting so far this weekend has been a little bit stifled, but the one that they have come for, which I'm a little bit surprised by, because I thought in this race, number 3, King of Sparta, was going to be a clear favourite, but we've laid some sizable money on the 5 in the race, Shooting for Gold. It was 4 out to 420 initially, and then it looks that way, and it's been 420 into $3.70. So punters are certainly stepping in to race 5, number 5, Shooting for Gold in the early markets.
Now, the lay of the day, it's been on fire, but last week you took it to another level. Not only did you lay Rudier, but you tipped the winner for Virago, so you're providing not only a lay service, but a win service as well. Who are you putting the pen through this week?
Yeah, well, I just heard the selections for our multi, so there might be a little bit of controversy with this one.
Hello.
Because I lined up race 6, number 6 here to shock as the lay of the day, and
Wow.
I just thought I think it's a good chance of winning, but I felt Lyrical Lad should be favoured, and I thought it was going to be very, very hard to beat. So I thought it was a touch under here to shock.
This is Mano v Mano. This is you.
I know who
versus
I'm
me.
backing FYI.
Has that taken the jam out of your donut, Turfy?
Absolutely not. It means I'll be ringing up one Tristan Merlehan. In fact, he probably won't take my call, so I have to ring his old man, Lloyd. And because I'm assuming it's going to drift.
Do you operate on private number, Turfy?
I do have another number I can ring. I suspect it's going to be very easy on your markets, Tristan.
Yeah, well, we are top price at the moment, so $3.20 at the moment we're sitting there. But yeah, you're right, mate. Maybe our best of the best product. If a few of these have drifted over the last while, potentially that might be the way to go, where you get the best of all worlds as it gets on the drift late. If that's the case.
Given how the multi's going, I reckon when the market realised Turf has tipped it, it's going to ease anyway. So.
Well, let's get to the multi. It's hard to believe this, but I think we reached a lower ebb last week than we had in the previous 6 or 8 weeks.
Well, I think my selection was the race one of the day.
In a 4-horse
And it was
gone on the turn.
It was cast on the home turn, and I was thinking to myself after the race, this is a 7-year-old horse having start number 11. The way his head was shifting around in the straight, I'm thinking that horse has got a problem.
4-horse field, and you came.
And he was a big
Stone
goat.
Motherless.
He was a big goat,
Epic
wasn't he?
Centre, your place tip, ran Stone Motherless.
Yeah, no, he did pretty well.
I managed about a 5th, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty demoralising, to be fair.
Anyway,
That was horrible.
like all good sides, we pick ourselves back up. We go out there, back on the park this week. This is the week.
Do we
Turfy?
I would say in football parlance, we should be getting a priority pick.
Oh.
the way we are travelling.
Maybe we get a free leg or something like that.
I
a
will go
concession
first
leg.
here, and the horse that is the lay of the day for one T Merlehan is here to shock, and I think D Oliver goes straight to the front and controls the race, and he is my leg. Race 6 here to shock.
Well, if we're still alive by race 9 at Flemington, I'm going to go the place bet Chain of Lightning for Peter Moody. Tough race. I think 5 probably is the horse to beat, but at a place, I think Squid Game is over the odds. So here we go.
But you're going Chain of Lightning.
Chain of
Squid
Lightning
Game's
for the
over the odds, but you're going Chain of Lightning.
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm kicking off in race 1, so that's good.
Oh, hello. That's it's an early death sentence here.
Race 1, Berkeley Square.
Yeah, I can't pot him. It was a lovely run at Caulfield, and he looks the one to beat. So, okay, I'll grant you that.
No, $12.40 that works out at. So we've got
Tristan, you could give us 100 to 1, and to be honest, I don't think it would matter.
Tristan cannot.
Oh, Paul, please.
Before we lose Tristan, Matt Welsh and I own 2 shares and 2 very, very what's kind of slow horses. What do we call them? Low rating horses that both run on Friday.
Bargain buys.
We call them. It's the Welsh special. We're looking for on Friday. Precious Socks, $4.40 the market at the moment at Ballarat. Matt,
Yeah, I think she's short enough. I wouldn't be diving into the 440.
who shot who at Wangaratta?
Now we're waiting for markets to come
Markets
up.
up, but I reckon again,
Well placed.
well placed.
Can I ask you what you paid for who shot who?
He was 2,750 was the price of the total price that he was sold for.
Yeah, that's a reasonable buy, isn't it? At $6 a kilo.
On that note, it's
Yourself together.
on that note we might say goodbye, Tristan. It's been wonderful catching up. Look forward to chatting again next Thursday.
Poor Tristan, look at his face. Why do I do this show?
Boys, so good luck, and we'll speak to you next week.
A good 3 with Dr Turf, Matt Welsh and Paul Tatnell.